Queen Elizabeth II's coffin has left her summer home at Balmoral in Scotland and arrived in Edinburgh. AP correspondent Karen Chamas reports.
Mourners packed the city streets and highway bridges to take part in a historic goodbye to the monarch, who had reigned for 70 years. Silence fell on the packed Royal Mile in Edinburgh as the hearse carrying the Queen arrived. But as the convoy vanished from view, the crowd spontaneously started clapping. When the hearse reached its destination of Holyrood House, Scottish troops wearing green kilts carried the coffin into the throne room. 3 of her children, Princess Anne, Prince Andrew and Prince Edward, were there as the coffin arrived. The Queen's body will then be moved to St Giles Cathedral in Edinburgh for the Scottish public to pay their respects before it is flown to London on Tuesday. Karen Chamas, London.
The Queen died at Balmoral Castle Thursday at age 96. The procession is the first of a series of events leading up to the state funeral at Westminster Abbey in London, September 19th. According to the pool report from the White House, U.S. President Joe Biden has formally accepted an invitation to attend the state funeral service of Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II. He will be accompanied by First Lady Jill Biden. Charles became king immediately after his mother's death and was officially proclaimed the new monarch at a ceremony full of pageant and centuries-old traditions. Similar proclamations are following across the United Kingdom and the other 14 realms of which Charles is now head of state, including Australia, Canada, Jamaica, New Zealand, and Papua New Guinea. September 11th was marked on Sunday with memorials at the Pentagon, at a field in Pennsylvania, and in New York, where most of the nearly 3,000 people were killed that day 21 years ago. AP correspondent Julie Walker reports.
Charles J. Morrow.
Dorothy Morrow.
At the World Trade Center Memorial, there was on and off rain while the reading of the names of those killed on 9/11 took place.
Right now I feel like the heavens are crying.
Deborah Burton brought a picture of her friend Joyce Carpinetto, who was killed on 9/11.
And I promised I wouldn't cry.
Jay Solomon, who lost his brother Wayne, says 21 years later, and there's still no place else he'd ever be on this day.
I've always been down here at Ground Zero from the time, the first time we were allowed down, and it's just something you begin to live with. You always still somewhat expect that you're going to see, he's going to appear one day.
At the World Trade Center Memorial, I'm Julie Walker.
Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky said Sunday that Russia was responsible for sweeping electricity cuts across East Ukraine, accusing Moscow of having deliberately hitting civilian infrastructure. He said there were total blackouts in several regions, including Kharkiv and Donetsk, but none at military facilities. Ukraine has successfully pressed its swift counteroffensive in the northeastern part of the country, even as a nuclear plant in the Russian-occupied south completely shut down in a bid to prevent a radiation disaster as fighting raged in the area. Ukraine's quick action to reclaim Russia-occupied areas in the Kharkiv region forced Moscow to withdraw its troops to prevent them from being surrounded, leaving behind significant numbers of weapons and munitions in a hasty retreat as the war marked its 200th day on Sunday. Greece's prime minister says he cannot imagine that tensions with neighboring NATO ally Turkey could ever escalate into armed conflict. A recent escalation in rhetoric from Turkey has been led by President Recep Tayyip Erdogan. Asked by the Associated Press if that could be the prelude to an armed conflict, Greece's Prime Minister Kyriakos Mitsotakis said no. Erdogan has accused Greece of occupying supposedly demilitarized islands in the Aegean Sea and threatened action. 2 exit polls gave Sweden's left-wing bloc, led by Social Democratic Prime Minister Magdalena Andersson, a slim lead in Sunday's general election and also indicated a far-right surge.
Hi, thank you for watching. I hope the videos are useful for you. Please subscribe to my channel using the button below.